Broadway, the place to be this weekend. Nuit Blanche is the event, and we have a guy who is going to perform tomorrow, and he's going to tell us all about it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the Analog Hermit. Well, you know, we always love helping out good buddies and being there for people in the neighborhood, people in the city, helping out each other, being creative. And this is a perfect example of that. The Analog Hermit, staying very mysterious. You know, you're not going to see the face. You're not going to get to know the man behind the Analog Hermit. But there's a big, really cool show going on this Saturday. And we're so grateful to have you here today, brother. How are you doing?
I am doing very good. Yes. Hello, everybody out there in the world.
This is gonna get me. I'm like, I could stay serious. I could stay in the gimmick, but man, this is something, dude. Okay, tell us what's going on this weekend. You got a really cool project going on.
All right. Well, this weekend we are doing Nuit Blanche 2025. It's going to be an amazing show. There's lots of buzz going on for this weekend. I am one of the artists doing an art installation. This is
Hold on, art installation.
that's what we call it.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Okay,
I'm
learning
now
here. I'm learning along with you at home. Okay.
I am now embarking on what I call analog video channel surfing glitch art. And it's been something that I've been taking a little more seriously since November, but I've been dabbling in it pretty much my whole life because I have a background in video production.
Yes.
But this is a labor of love for sure. Hucking old CRT TVs and building basically a video wall of old TVs, VCRs, old laptops, and running everything through analog switchers. So I have 8 analog switchers that are taking in 22 input feeds. 5 of those are cameras, 12 of those are VCRs, 4 of them are laptops. 1 is a feedback loop.
Of course.
Coming
Gotta have that feedback loop.
coming right from the last switcher in the chain, and I tell you, it gives it a really cool effect. As you can see here, I have a screen to the left of me here that is showing some of my glitch art on the top screen, and on the bottom we just have some snowy static, which is reminiscent of the old antenna days.
Yes.
Which is what we used to like to call farmer vision, because I grew up on a farm and that's all we had.
I call that the I'm getting real pissed off screen, because that means that my video game system isn't working if I'm getting that screen. Yeah. I get upset. So that's what I see it. So I have to appreciate it for the beautiful scatterness that it is.
Yes, and that's the thing. I mean, working in video production and telling some of my colleagues about what I'm doing, they say, this is what we try to avoid.
Yes.
The glitches,
You're embracing
the static.
the problem. It's,
And I say now it's turned into this video art, glitch art, which is now becoming pretty prominent throughout the internet land, especially on Instagram. I've met a lot of cool people doing a lot of cool displays and different glitch art compositions, we'll say, with dirty mixers and circuit bent devices. I personally decided not to go that route yet. I wanted to do this for a year, just work with what I have. I'm all about natural glitches.
There you go.
I like to,
Yeah.
if something happens and I'm able to catch it or record it, then I take that and I incorporate it into the glitch art. So yeah, it's been a journey. I've done 54 live streams on YouTube.
Okay.
And started going on Twitch now as well. And I usually go for about an hour.
For about an hour. So that's like a performance goes for an hour.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'll play back a bunch of different oddities, VHS documentaries, things that I just think are kind of cool, and we will play them all back as if it's a live cable network where you're flipping through different things. So it's very random. It's very unpredictable. You could have certain things happen, and then you switch it to another feed, and you might get something that is what we call a synchronicity, where it's like,
Yes.
one feed's talking about, say, boats, and then I switch to another feed randomly, and it'll show a picture of a boat or something, like there are
It's like the
moments like
universe,
that.
man. I talk about those
Yeah,
synchronicities all the time. That's how you know you're on the right path in life when these things start coming together. I
exactly.
love that.
The rule of threes, I think, or
There you go.
thirds. I don't know.
Yeah, there's one of them like that. So, looking way back when we were first starting this place, you were already into this stuff, and you're showing me some examples of the videos you were creating, and it's very, very cool. I think you did a good job of explaining sort of what it is and how it works. So, with that in mind, what will the performance coming up this Saturday sort of look like? What can people expect when what is it, between the Yard and Flagon
It'll
and Prairie
be,
Records?
yes, it'll
Yeah.
be right in front of Prairie Records. We're gonna have, like I said, a wall of 20 TVs, 22
So
TVs
crazy.
actually, 4 laptops, and two of those monitors will be just for effects, so I can see what I'm doing. I will have a table set up in front of the video wall. I'll be switching live for 5 hours, hopefully 5 hours straight.
Oof.
And then I'm also going to have a switcher for the crowd. And the crowd can come and do a little bit of switching.
Hold
And
on a second. So you're not only performing, you're teaching while you're performing? A little
I'm
bit? A little
yeah,
bit?
I'm gonna be on the mic trying to explain a little bit of what I'm doing, and sort of convey what this whole crazy art installation is. Other people have been doing this around the world. I've met a lot of cool people, but nobody's doing it quite like I'm doing it
There you go.
with all the live feeds and giving that channel surfing type of nostalgia vibe.
So, with that in mind, would you say you set that up pretty good? I don't know too many performers that are doing this, and you're talking about all these other ones that are doing this. Like to me, I thought you were like the first guy really doing this, but sort of in a way, you kind of are doing your way, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing more and more glitch artists do their thing. I've been following more, talking with them, and a lot of them use dirty mixers or circuit bent devices, which is where like a nerd will open up a device and really mess with the circuits to create different effects.
Yeah.
And that's really cool too. Eventually, I will get into that. But right now, I just thought, I'm gonna try and do some natural glitches, some interesting connections, and just, even just a feedback loop with a camera. The old school
Yeah,
shine
man.
the camera on the TV
And
as
it's
you're.
opening the portal dimension.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Ooh.
So I got one feed of that. There's gonna be four cameras just on me alone doing this. So I usually have an overhead on the boards. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see I incorporate that also into the feeds, the art.
Crazy.
So it very much is like a performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. And I always love, like we say it all the time. If you're doing something different, you're going to stand out. And this is a perfect example of that. Like this is very cool to me when someone's sort of trend setting in a way, and to try to fathom all this. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around it because you talked about it. We can see it. I've seen it before, and you made a pretty good, a pretty good representation of what's going on when you're performing. When you are in performance mode, do you change a lot? Do you sort of like do the Dr. Octagon type of thing? Cool
Um,
Keith change in the middle of the show, or you stay sort of straight in the analog hermit character and just present what's happening?
yeah, no, I like to switch it up. I'll, grab the camera and maybe like show the TVs that are
Yeah.
displayed. I'll try to do different things. I'll play back different audio. I got some different samples. Like, I actually got one of those old school um, sound effects machines for when you're sleeping. So there'll be like birds chirping
Like Ferris
or
Bueller.
rain. Yeah,
Yeah.
all these different
Coughing.
effects.
I'm
Or
sick.
I recently came across or acquired some uh, cassette tapes that are all Chinese music, and I've been playing that off of like a tape recorder.
Of course.
Put the mic up to it. Sometimes there will be cables that are faulty, and sound will be crackly. and
And
that's
it
all
adds to the
part of the art.
performance.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just roll with it. And like I said, you got to be sort of insane to try and take
Yes.
on
You
something
ha-
like this.
You're messing with a bunch of things that aren't working properly,
Well, I
right?
mean, you hope they work properly,
Yeah,
but
no, that's
sometimes
true
they
too.
don't.
And so, as far as the performance goes, when you're in a band, like you just practice your songs until you're tight, how do you prepare for something like this? Because it sounds like you're always doing new stuff sort of every time and you're still exploring as you're performing.
Well, I mean, up until November, I call it the AV Monster. That's the device, the switchers, the TVs, the whole
Yeah.
thing that I'm using. And I always say that the monster is always growing. So
Yes.
adding new things, but really, it's been pretty consistent since I've been doing it since November. But I've really upped the ante for I call it the Monster 2.0 with more inputs, more TVs. I've been collecting TVs and VHS and old electronics
A long
for
time.
9 years,
Yeah.
and this channel actually started out as a retro tech review channel, which I'm still
Still going.
doing,
Yeah.
but I've been putting more focus into the glitch art. But yeah, everything that I collect, every item is essentially a video that I can make. And
Crazy.
you know, when you start collecting this stuff, a lot of it doesn't work all the time, right? And but then it might work in certain ways that could be useful. I'm very much a pack rat. My father is always saying, "You never know."
That's right.
And he's absolutely right.
The
you know.
hoarder's anthem.
Yeah,
I get accused
exactly.
of that a lot as well.
But no, I
neat stuff.
definitely it took some time to get familiar with what button does what. So the
Yeah.
first couple jams were very like oh shit, like press the wrong button, which is fine,
Of
right?
course.
But now it's become sort of muscle memory,
Mm.
and I've been able to, like, if I see a feed that I like or a shot, then I can quickly get to it and
Yeah.
incorporate it.
It's like a DJ, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You're just mixing in the stuff that you know and you're bringing it together and sending it out.
Yes, exactly. And like I said, the crowd will be able to have their own switcher where they can do some
Try their hand at the
yeah,
same
exactly.
thing. Yeah. It's a
If you
hands-on performance.
if you press, I have a lot of like TV input switchers. So if you press both buttons at the same time, it will literally jam two signals into one. And that's where you get that scrambled video that you used to see on the big dish back in the day. When
Yeah.
trying to pirate it, right? And then they would sell you a descrambler.
We all know what you're talking about. The old
Exactly.
adult channel, the adult network, always scrambled.
Yeah, so
Trying to
we
find a way to unscramble that bad boy.
yeah, so now I have one feed just dedicated to scrambled video that I created myself by jamming 2-3 signals together. So I call them video jams,
Yeah.
and they literally are jamming video together.
Not just a clever name.
No, it's
Not like the shitty Beatles. This is legit.
yeah,
I like
no.
that.
And I'm not the first person to call it that. You know, a friend of mine was doing this before me. He really inspired me, and I just sort of started doing it my own way and taking the analog route, trying to keep everything RCA video cables in, out, and even the laptops. I have to use old MacBook Whites
Of
from
course.
2006 to 2009 to
Which-
keep it.
How many do you have?
I got 4 right now. And this way I'm able to keep it 4x3
Yeah.
because the newer laptops, it's all 16:9, right? And one thing I am a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to aspect ratios.
I've heard of that.
I don't like to squish or squeeze video. I like it to be proper 4x3, like we watched it on an old CRT
Yes.
TV like this one to my left. And yeah, I mean, it sort of ties into that whole growing up on the farm. That's sort of the hermit side of things.
Yes.
I live in a cabin out on the farm, but I grew up there and we only had 2 channels. So when I would go to a friend's place and they would have a big dish and we're swapping dishes, we're tapping into different feeds from around the world, that honestly like blew my mind.
Yeah.
And the way it would kind of go in and out of phase, I try to recreate that in my jams. So it's like you're tapping into a new satellite. Maybe we're getting into
Let's
Germany.
see what's going
or
on here?
Australia.
Where we
or
landing?
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And yeah,
That's
so
very
that's
cool.
part of the fun is just really keeping that nostalgia of rabbit ears, big dish satellites, and cable. Another huge inspiration was my grandma lived in town, and she had
The
her
cable
her
package.
32
There you
channels or
go,
whatever,
Yes.
and she would sit in her chair smoking the rollies,
Good stuff.
the Vogue,
Oh, yeah.
and watch her stories, and that was always fun for us because Saturday morning cartoons were like on a whole nother level
Yeah.
when you're on cable.
You got
right?
options, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Astro Boy.
Woof.
We didn't get that stuff on
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Farmer Vision. So
That's right, man.
so yeah, there's great memories that were made there. And unfortunately, she passed back in the 90s, but her memories live on
through the yard.
in that living room.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, literally.
That's so cool, dude. Analog Hermit. That is the name. You see the face. Very beautiful. Great logo. I think it's fantastic. Give us all the details we need, brother. Get everyone informed on what's going on, when, and where to be, and all that stuff.
Well, I have to say, first of all, this logo is inspired by blank VHS design.
Ooh.
Remember those back in the day? The blank VHS would have all kinds of cool designs.
Yeah.
And so I took that inspiration. That's why you got the RGB, the red, green, blue.
Beautiful.
But yeah, no, if you want to check out my video jams or my retro tech reviews or even just my behind the scenes collection of VHS, I have an entire wall of VHS,
Yes,
like
you do.
1,000 VHS on a wall and about another 2,000 that I can't fit on the wall.
So much stuff.
But movies are a big thing for me. I love movies, especially the ones from the 90s, the classics.
Yeah.
And then branching off into B movies and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, no, you can find me at Analog Hermit is the tag, is the handle. You can find it on YouTube, Instagram. I'm probably the most active on my stories on Instagram.
Okay.
Lots of behind the scenes. I also include a lot of farming, rural, agricultural kind of aesthetic, a lot of rusty machinery.
Okay.
I find that's an art in itself.
For
It's
sure.
like the old farmer with the old machinery where the nature is devouring the landscape and the machines.
The natural grow.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I'm with ya.
you'll even see that on my Instagram where I have a couple old TVs just in the forest being devoured by nature.
Crazy.
They're from I think the 40s and the 60s, and they can't be repaired or anything. So I thought, this is a cool way to display it, and it's
Yeah.
right along the path up to the cabin. So
Nice.
yeah, no, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
There it is.
I'm also on TikTok. Yeah,
Tickety talk.
it's a lot of work, posting on all these different things.
That's why I got a social media lady.
Yeah.
It's too much for me.
It's
I
a
can't handle
full-time
that.
job.
It is a lot. This Saturday, when do things get started?
That will be 7 p.m. and we're going to be running till midnight. It is a nighttime festival, street art festival, if you're not familiar.
Yeah.
Similar to the Fringe, but it's got its own flavor, and a lot of people are really excited for this year. There's going to be lots of great acts, lots of other friends of ours that are artists are also involved.
Nice.
So it's going to be so much fun. The weather is going to be nice. It's hopefully not going to rain. I really hope it don't rain.
Yeah, it's
But if
gonna be
it,
tough. But do you have a tarp or
I
anything
have
or
a
anything?
tent if I need
Yes.
it, but I'd rather not. I'd rather people just walk down Broadway, see the glow of the TVs.
Well, it's going to attract a lot of people,
and,
man. 'Cause
come check it out.
It's
yeah.
it's a good attention grabber, right?
Oh,
You
for
see
sure.
the setup alone is like, what the heck is going on over there?
Yeah, and my website is analoghermit.com. I don't really have anything that formal right now, but it sends you straight to the YouTube videos.
All the good
That's
stuff.
the most important thing is just checking out the videos. If you can sit through an entire jam, I will commend you because It's
It's different. It's different.
you know, in a way, it's sort of like social media and TikTok, where you know you're scrolling through these different channels. Well, back in the '90s, we used to channel flip and channel
Yes.
surf, we call it.
I still do.
So it's sort of similar to that low attention span, always moving, something different, and you never know what you're going to get, including me when I do it. It's like I said, so random.
That's the
And
cool part of
That's
it.
yeah.
It's
Sometimes
always
I
different.
watch it back and I just laugh. I'm just like, I can't believe
How did we
this
get
even
that?
happened.
Yeah.
But no,
Oh,
you
that's
got to be
cool, man.
insane to do something like this, and I am definitely one of those types of people. I'm a Virgo. The birthday's coming up, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing when you're insane and you want to be a perfectionist. And part of the fun for me, honestly, is hooking everything up.
Yeah. You're chasing a dream, man. That's what this whole place is about, is
Yeah.
supporting people that are chasing the dream. So this Saturday, the Nuit Blanche? That's
Nuit Blanche.
Nuit
yeah.
Blanche, and that's the sort of like a mini Fringe, would you say?
It's similar to Fringe, but,
But
it's
art.
it's
It's
its
all
own thing.
art,
It's more for artists doing sort of visual stuff. So a lot of people will do light shows or interactive kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, there's painters and audio art.
It's a celebration of the arts, man.
It's a whole gamut of different things, and you'd be surprised what comes out of Saskatoon. We
Yes,
have
sir.
such a pool of artists here,
Mhm.
and I've gotten to meet some of them over the course of setting all this up, and it's just amazing. Like, you know, you got to come check it out.
I'm with you. Anytime Broadway gets shut down, it's always for a really good time. And this Saturday, be on the lookout as the Analog Hermit
Yes.
taking over out front of Prairie Records.
Prairie Records.
Records. Check
the
it out.
Yard and Flagon,
Right
if
in
you're
that
familiar.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
you're
in
gonna
front
walk by.
there.
You're gonna notice it right away because it's gonna stand out.
We're also going to have a bed sheet on the building, and we're going to be projecting the program
That's so
onto the
cool.
building. So you cannot miss it.
Yeah,
really.
You'll see it. Go by, say hello. Always an absolute pleasure, brother. I'm so happy we got you in here today. And I look very forward to catching up with you again soon as you continue to chase this dream. I'm very proud of you. This is a very crazy thing, and it's exactly what we love to showcase.
Well, I want to thank you, Gary, because I know we've been friends for a long,
Yes, we
long
have.
time.
Since the Pakester days.
Since the Pakester days.
Pakes are crazy.
Yeah, and I've watched you flourish in your career, and
back at
I
you,
remember the
buddy.
first time you did the Beaver documentary.
Oh, man, was that something.
I
eh?
couldn't believe that was you. You sounded so professional. I was like, I can't believe it, because we were like, you know, partying and hanging out.
Yes.
And
the creative process was a little different back then.
you were the sexy bachelor at that time, right? Still are. No.
Man, that video, out of all the things I've done, it always comes back to that one.
Yeah.
And, you know, thank goodness my butt looked somewhat decent compared to now. 'Cause
the bare ass. That was a
it.
nice touch. Yeah.
You know, Pakester, he's always so demanding of his actors.
He is. Yes. Yes.
Dude, thank you again. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Best of luck this Saturday. And we will talk again very soon.
All right. Shout out to Don Mitchell and Kevin Hirsch.
Woo!
Huge inspiration. Grade 1. I actually met him in grade 1.
Kevin Hirsch?
On Don Mitchell.
Oh, okay.
But I got to work with Kevin Hirsch
There you
later
go.
in life, which
Those
was
farm
a dream.
guys, man.
Their voices are like ingrained in my brain.
For sure.
That's some local legends right
the
there.
updates, hey, going into news and stuff, and they tell you what's coming up. Farmgate? Was it Farmgate?
Farmgate and Don
And
Mitchell, was in Prince Albert,
That's what it
CKBI,
Yeah.
and CFQC. Those are the local legends that I've been fortunate enough to work with
Yeah.
in this day and age, and it's just amazing. You know, Rob McDonald, our mayor, Cynthia Block, seeing the behind the scenes of those stations is really what started this whole
Motivated it.
career for me.
That's cool.
And just the inspiration is huge.
Love it, brother. I love you. Best of luck, and we will check in again very soon.
All right, thank you very much for having me.
So there you go, the Analog Hermit. Be sure to check it out, as we love supporting local, and that doesn't just mean businesses, but it also means people and artists, and this is another great example of how cool you can get when you collect old stuff for a long, long time and try to figure out what to do with it. And our man, the Analog Hermit, definitely figured that one out. Very pumped for the big event tomorrow. This is the Friday edition of your show.